King of Northumberland.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Toon Review. Alex, good evening. A bit late there, matey?
Yeah, stuck in traffic on the way back.
Nightmare. Well, good to see you, man. It is the four of us tonight. We are pleased that you have joined us for what's sure to be a very interesting show because, like I said in the description, we want to try and mix it up a little bit tonight. We're going to do the transfers as well, but it's your chance out there in YouTube world to ask us any questions you like within reason. Let me point that out because we're not doing silly questions, but any questions you want to know about us, as people and get to know us and about us and things like that, you're quite welcome to ask. We've got loads of commenting straight away. Trolls, I've seen your 50 Norwegian kroner straight off the belt, mate. Thank you very, very much for that. If you do want to donate to the channel, then you just hit the $sign at the bottom of the live comments. It'll take you through to that way, and also you'll get your comment read straight out. So that's a bonus of it as well. But please do hit that subscription button if you're new to the channel and you like what you see as well. Will and G, transfer shows is transfer ratio 1,000.1. I don't know what the hell you're talking about there, Will. Paul, what do you think about Mike Ashley selling the new Newcastle United home kit before it gets released? An absolute disgrace to humanity is Mike Ashley. He is never going to change, guys, is he? You know what I mean? He's still a pompous, useless, divvy of a man. Greedy, yes, Danielle, exactly. Very greedy. And I think it's a disgrace what he's doing. And I hope he gets... home drawn and quartered by the football club. Danielle, what do you think about that?
I just don't, honestly, sometimes I can't get over his arrogance. I don't know what's going on. I mean, does the club know about this? Like, is this a deal that they've done with Mike Ashley? I hardly think so, given the fact that he's trying to sue Amanda murdered. So I don't understand what's happening and how has he got stock? How has Sports Direct got stock when people who are pre-ordering are having their orders cancelled?
Well, it makes you wonder. There? It makes you wonder. Because Billy said yesterday he wouldn't be surprised if Ashley had shares in Castori and nobody knew about it. It would make sense, certainly, what's going on. Good evening, Jules. Subscribe and join the channel on the road to 12K. Indeed, we are. Dunk, thank you very much for your £5 super chat. There's no comment there, but thank you very much, matey. Much appreciated. Carl's in the house. Gary's in the house. The only show I ever bother to tune into. Thank you very much, Black Spiral. Jack Toon, good evening. Pete Graves has mentioned interest in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, seeing Diaby mentioned a lot again today. Also, the usual meltdown on Twitter because we haven't singled anyone yet. Or signed anyone yet, not singled, but never mind. Jordan says, same shit here, Gary, although phone's been a lot quiet today. Jock says, I'm chill. I'm surprised with the issues we are having signing-wise. Right. There's no issues with us signing anybody. There is none. My dad came out the other day and said, patience is a virtue. And I trust him on that. I mean, there's been other shows today saying, are we going to panic or should we panic? No. What the hell, man? Gordon Bennett, we've got loads of time left. Let's not get into that kind of crap, man. Good evening. Hope you're all well. Bloody boiling out there. Ekatike would love it. Yes, he would. Hitmarker, good evening to you. It's 1,000 degrees where I'm currently sitting at the minute in this sort of studio that I've made up here. But I do have my little desktop fan that I bought for $6.99 at the garage. USB fan, and it's doing the job, I have to say. Doing the job. To be fair, I think Diaby is reasonably priced considering the market. Pedro says, good evening, guys and girls. Loving the shows. Excellent content. Keep up the fantastic work. Thank you, Pedro. Evening, Goatfather. Hope you're well. Evening, crew. Don't want to start on Botman and Ekatike, but it's looking good today. Not going to lie. Well, let's hope it remains good. And, time will indeed tell. There's proof of Trolls' 50 Norwegian kroner. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Trolls.
Good evening, Majestic. Good evening, Clarky. Dunk, good evening. Pilo Kisa, did anyone see the tweets between Ekateke and Toon polls? Looks like he likes cake. Could be positive. Alex, did you see that?
I saw he posted a like a cake with photoshopped NFC logos all over it. I did see that. Did Ekitike reply to that? Did he, or did he like it?
Well, apparently it was him. He put proof later on. Toon Post put proof later on, directing him straight to Ekitike's site itself. So yeah, I believe it was.
Very interesting.
Billy, you look a bit suspicious.
It's Toon Post, isn't it? He's a bit cheeky and crafty and scampy, isn't he? So
yeah, could be. It could be a Mickey take, but it may not either. So
it's a good one if it is.
Again, yeah, absolutely. Michael says, hello all. Hope we get some signings ASAP. I am so nervous now. Is Paul doing another members giveaway? Listen, the two prizes have not been claimed from the other giveaway. So if they're not claimed by the end of this show, we will do another giveaway. There you go. So, I've got to be honest, it's been over a week. So, Adrien Rabiot has apparently asked Juventus to release him from his contract so he can join another club.
He has indeed. The reported fee of 15 million euros is the gentleman's agreement. So, if there is any truth in that, very interesting.
Yeah, indeed. Comments skipped again. Absolutely shocking. StreamYard, you need to get this sorted out. Like, I'm going to write a strongly worded email shortly. Chipper says he's seen Sven Botman in Hartley shop this morning, keeping a pack of wheat crunches. And all he said to me was, "It's on," as I wore my Toon top. Thanks, Chippers. Good evening for the train driver. Good evening, Kare. Hope you're well. Chipper says the main question, all red or brown sauce? Danielle?
Brown for me.
Oh.
Particularly on a bacon sandwich.
Oh, no.
It depends what it's on. If it was sausage, it would be brown, bacon and sausage brown, bacon and egg red, chips red or brown.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm the same as Billy. It depends what it's on. You need context.
I don't touch
bacon
brown
sandwich,
sauce.
brown sauce.
Yeah, I don't touch brown sauce. It's the sauce of the devil.
No brunel, no brown sauce. What's going on at there?
I know. I need kicking up the arse.
Anything.
You what?
There's just no brown anything, no brown ale, no brown sauce. No,
brown rain. I don't like that either. No. Stu, good evening. Hope you're well, buddy. Evening, Simon. Rocco wants to know, do we think we will get Europe this season? Alex?
Yes.
Oh, bold. Danielle?
We aye.
Billy?
Yeah, Champions League for me.
Yeah. Wow, Champions League.
I'm just in. I'll see you
Nice on a bike.
I'm hoping we can sneak into a Conference League place. Put it that way. I'd be if 10th or better, not complaining. Lovely, brilliant. But if we get the transfer window right, nothing to stop us sneaking into a conference place.
Indeed. Karia says, have some of you been to Norway or want to go there? I've played ice hockey in Norway, so yeah, that's me. Yeah, I've been to Norway.
I have family over there, and I've never been. I'm supposed to have visited Oslo for the last 8 years on the trot, and I've never been. I need to go.
That's where I played hockey over there in Oslo. Danielle?
Never been. Would love to go.
Billy?
If somebody wants to babysit me cats, that'd be great.
Well, there you go. Yeah, get a cat sitter for Danielle. She's there. There.
Mm-hmm.
Billy?
Beer's too expensive for me, I'm afraid.
It is.
Oh God, it is, isn't it?
Sweden's ridiculous, by the way, for that.
Whenever my family come over from Norway, they buy all kinds of funny things because they've not been able to buy them for reasonable prices in Norway for so long. It's bizarre, the kind of things they get.
I'm not surprised, to be honest. I see old Mike in the news again. Apparently paid nothing to NUFC since 2019 for the sponsorship of Newcastle United. Why am I not surprised by this? Why is anyone not surprised by it? It's Mike's son, Ashley, for God's sake. Anthony says, what are your plans for the future of the channel? Well,
we're going to take over the world, man.
Yeah. In the phrase of Tom Jones, yeah. As much as we can, Anthony, to be honest. We've got some plans for Alex. He's going to be doing some stuff regarding stats and stuff, which the Toon Review are going to pay for and send them off on various things to do. Billy is, well, he's our encyclopedia of football, isn't he? I mean, he just will just buy him any books that he needs. Danielle is just, well, Danielle is the queen of the channel. Therefore, we do what Danielle says.
I thought you were going to say send us to anger management or something there, like,
Well, no, it would be more like Alcohol Anonymous, but we'll hang off that for now because
Danielle's got the armband on. She keeps us grounded.
Yeah, she does. She keeps everyone grounded. She goes. If I go off on one, she's always there to facilitate me calming down and
blood pressure.
Blood pressure, all that sort of stuff. And for me, well, look, I've got. For me, I'm proud of where this channel is now. Never mind where it might go. When I started this off with an iPhone sitting at my kitchen table, I never thought I'd get to this stage, heading towards 12,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. We've got over 600 people watching the show tonight. I never thought that would be possible. I'm really proud of where we've gone. We've come through a lot of crap on social media, people making lies up about all of us and things like that just to try and score points. And we're not like that. We just want to do what we do and get on with it and have a good time. And that's why we love doing these shows. We have a good time. We have a good laugh. We're all really good mates. And that's what it'll stay like. We aim to go higher. Billy's going to do the home watch-alongs next season. I'll do the away ones. We've got review shows. We've got, I'm going to be doing more content at the home games, with regards to interviewing fans and stuff like that, because I need to get match day vlogs going again. And like I say, we've got a lot of plans for Alex to do some stuff.
I'll be around more because I'll be back in the UK, so I'll be able to actually go up to the ground a lot more next season as well. So
exactly. So
and hopefully we'll have more games in the cups. So it should be a bit more to do.
Absolutely. And like I say, lots on the stats side for Alex as well, which will hopefully lead to more links for the channel as well. So we sending basically Alex out. He's off out scouting for us, basically. So and I'm sure he'll do a great job at that. Good evening, Tom. Brian. Good evening, Paul, Alex, Billy, and Danielle. Thorgan Hazard had a good partnership with player at Gladbach. He did. I like Thorgan Hazard actually. He's a very good player. Paul, did you ever play at Streatham Ice Rink? Was my local rink. Went down south. Used to go to see. Yeah, I played there quite a few times actually, away games. Not my favourite rink, I have to say. It felt like a TARDIS, that thing. It was weird. Jordan, good evening. Darren says evening all. Hope you're all enjoying the weather. I can't help but laugh at Mike Ashley. He's like an irritating neighbour that tries to wind you up. I
know that feeling.
Yes, you do. We won't go there. Good evening, Davey. James says, Billy, you sound like Darth Vader, man. Turn mic sensitivity down, big man. Sounds all right to me.
What about now?
Yeah, that's fine. But I think James, your ears might be a little sensitive as well. Mike Ashley still thinks he owns the club. That's why he's selling the kids. Someone better tell him. Shane, good morning in Australia. Danielle, Billy, and Alex, great to meet. Great to get up for a live show again. Nice one, buddy. Culkin said he still has a small stake or something in an article. There's something sneaky about Mike Ashley. I really. I
always thought he had a small stake, to be fair. It's the way he stands.
Let's not go there. Hi, all. Hope you're all well. Was just wondering how you all met. Well, there's a story. Billy, I met through YouTube. Alex gate crashed the fan forum a few times, and I thought, this guy speaks a bit of sense. We'll get him signed up before anybody else does. And then Alex was strongly committed. And Danielle is my sister, so there you go. So there you go. It's just a strange environment. But listen, the lockdown, I think, did a lot for people meeting each other and who were going through bad times. And I get a lot of messages from people who join the channel and start watching the channel and say, "Oh, thank you very much." It improves still to this day. People say, "Oh, it improves my mental health. We have a great time watching. It's a good laugh. We love the shows." And that's what it's all about for us. Is people, coming together and like we say in the opening credits, we're one big family, and that's how we're going to stay. And we like to think of it that way with you, the viewers and subscribers, and everybody involved with the channel is one big family. And that's what it's all about for us. And it's having a laugh with you guys as well. Mainly at our expense, obviously. Well, mine mainly. But we get there. Sometimes I go to bed crying after a show. Jordan says, "Billy, have you got a shiner?" No, he hasn't. He's been full of cold, and I think when he sneezed, he's popped his eyes. Evening, folks, says Kendo, still recovering from yesterday's stream on the worst players. Yeah, well, yeah. We got that out in the open.
Okay, you dodged my analysis of certain players as well. You just threw the name there. I didn't like that you missed the Owen one. That was an important thing. I wrote down that he got 1 assist his whole time with us. 1 assist. 1. He was next to Alan Shearer for half the time. 1 assist.
I know.
What joke.
I know.
What joke of a player. Absolute joke. Disgrace.
Yeah, I know.
I had to say that, sorry, because that really annoys me that he's only got 1 assist.
I know, but that's
just genuinely annoys me. Even now.
Is what?
He just genuinely annoys me, Michael Owen. I hate his face, to be honest.
It's just not good enough. I mean, 26 goals, and who'd he got? He's supporting him. He'd got Solano and Zogby and Milner, Bowyer, Dyer, Jermaine Jenas. He had some reasonably good names behind him for a long time. 26 goals, 1 assist. It's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. We make fun of some of our players in the last decade, but they didn't have the quality, whereas he did have a fair amount of quality behind him for a reasonable long time, and he just wasn't good enough.
Yep, absolutely, 100%. Mrs. Toon reviews in the house. Good evening, Susie. Wes just says patience. Absolutely, Wes. Absolutely. Apparently, there are kids strips only. And with having no sponsorship on them, they are not breaking any laws, but actually it's still a tool. Well, surely he must be breaking any laws because we haven't released it yet. It's not available to buy. Like Danielle said earlier, some people are getting turned away because, they're getting emails saying we haven't got enough stock. Yet Fat Man manages to get the stock. What the hell's going on?
It's got a Newcastle badge on it, and therefore it's official Newcastle United merchandise. So he shouldn't be selling it, in my opinion.
Honestly, ridiculous. Good evening, Foxy. Daniel says nothing illegal about buying and selling stock or breach of contract. I imagine this is his way of taking a swipe for taking his signs down.
I agree.
100%.
So this is why when we get told by certain people that we need to move on from Mike Ashley and Steve Bruce, it's very difficult when they continuously take swipes at us via interviews and things like this. It's hard to move on when they won't. It's difficult, but they don't get called out on their stuff by neutrals, but we do.
Of course we do.
Well, it seems to it's Newcastle United. Whenever Newcastle United involved, then shit hits the fan all the time. It's quite ridiculous most of the time. There is a lot of momentum gathering in relation to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, that's why I put him on the thumbnail tonight. A lot of
busy
talk
today. Has there been stuff happening?
But again, you don't know what to believe, to be honest, because it's Calvert-Lewin. He's been mentioned before, but a lot of the mainstream media are reporting it. Pete Graves actually came out and said something in a tweet that he thinks he's an excellent footballer. So why would Pete Graves mention it if there wasn't any links? It's very interesting. But look, again, it's one of these things. He's linked. If he signs, he signs, and we have to support him.
How much is he going to cost, though?
Well, it's the 50 million, Danielle, that I think's putting people off, isn't it?
50 million?
50 million, yeah.
Sorry.
And that's a lot of cash for somebody who is quite injury prone. Raging Phoenix says players and staff still on holiday next week. We will see the transfers pick up steam. Shane says absolutely love the Twitter meltdown from fans because we haven't spent 700 million in the first few weeks. If you want to look at loads of sarcastic tweets, go and check Shane's Twitter because he says it how it is. And I've got absolutely mountains of time for my mate over there in Australia. He is absolutely fantastic, and he doesn't take no crap from all the in the nose and stuff like that, and he says it how it is. And I think the way he words his tweets are absolutely fantastic. It's something I love getting up to on a morning. When I wake up and I'm sitting there with my coffee, waiting for the school run and stuff like that, and I'll go through Twitter and I'll always see Shane's before anybody's because I'll always want to see what he's put because it's absolutely hilarious. So check Shane out on YouTube, guys. Dominic Calvert-Lewin isn't good enough, injury prone, plus he's a dick, says Mark. I don't know him personally, so I can't really say anything like that. Hi, everyone, and plenty time for transfers. Indeed. Mark says, everyone, chill. Cheese with us again in the middle of the night over there in Singapore. Good morning, Paul, Danielle, Alex, and Billy. Can't wait for the show tonight. What do you think about Haller going to Dortmund? I find that very strange.
I don't really have an opinion on it.
It was a very big bid, wasn't it? 33 million euros. It's good business for Ajax.
Yeah,
they couldn't turn that down.
He failed at West Ham.
I don't think he failed.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think he got the chance. I don't think Moyes liked him.
I'm not too sure.
He scored some cracking goals for him.
Yeah.
He's proved that he's more capable. He's a more than capable footballer. Ajax topped their group in the Champions League. They were a very good
he
side.
Played well. Don't get us wrong, he played brilliantly for Ajax. Absolutely.
Yeah. Which just proves he was in the wrong system or in the wrong shape or had the wrong players behind him. He's a tool, essentially a tool, and the managers need to get the most out of those tools. I don't mean that in a negative way. I know you guys. I thought you were calling
them out there.
Okay, he's a weapon, but that's even a negative thing. Like, he's got to be used in the right way.
Lawsuits, man, chill.
In the same way, we had a bunch of players that were used incorrectly and now we're playing very well because they know their job and they're playing a lot better. Haller is a perfect example of that.
Alex, you talking about
David Moyes is exactly. David Moyes is a good manager, but he has his own way, his own system, his own style that works. He's had a few clubs where it's not quite worked, but he generally, it just didn't fit. But Haller's obviously a very good footballer. And Dortmund have got a big hole to fill. So. And they've obviously liked the profile of him, and
that's me told, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Alex. I'll look, see what I mean. I mean, it's either Danielle or Alex that gives me a rap across the knuckles because I talk shite sometimes. Annie says, "Hello, everyone. I've seen you being linked with one of our youngsters, Ruben McAllister. Any truth in it?"
Ruben McAllister.
I've seen reports.
Yeah, I've seen it.
But because they were talking about this kid from Kilmarnock and the kid from Ireland as well, and then they mentioned Ruben McAllister as well. So listen, if Ruben McAllister comes as well, we are definitely building something special for the academy or for the under-23s. We will walk the league next season. The players we're bringing in.
The family are up in the northeast now and talking and looking for places to move to. So I think it's very much a go with this one. Sorry, Annie.
Definitely. Toon Dave says, evening all. Hope you're all well. Can't believe the stressing going on in the transfer window. It's only been open for 10 days and we've had tournaments and players are allowed a holiday. Exactly. Max says, I've been waiting 49 years. Now that's patience, evening guys and girls. Exactly, Max. A lot of fans have been waiting a lot of time. Davey says, I claim my prize, Paul. Which one did you win, Davey? I can't remember. The last two winners were Peter Gould and Jody Clough, and they still haven't come forward yet. So if they haven't come forward by end of year, we are doing the draw again. Tony says 15 million is cheap for Rabiot. I'd take him for 15 million, by the way. He's a very, very good player. Get Ekiteke a Greg's menu. Deal done. Matthew says, I've heard Rabiot has an appalling attitude. Listen, I mean, Danielle, we hear this so many times about players that are linked with the club, and then apparently they've got appalling attitudes. We don't know this for certain, do we? I mean, it's all pie in the sky with regards to attitudes.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the key things that the owners and and Dan Ashworth will be taking into account when they're looking at the right kind of player for Newcastle United. So I don't think we'll have to be worried about somebody coming in with a stinking attitude, because I don't think we'll be going for those kind of players. And I think if a player suddenly develops an attitude, then it'll be dealt with accordingly, as it should be. So I'm not overly concerned about that. I trust the team that we've got to bring in the right people.
Damn right. Well said. Foxy says, I hope Ekiteke stays away from Twitter. Some of the melts on there, tweeting him every minute of the day, needs to stop. Listen, It's embarrassing, right? It's embarrassing to tweet the players. It's embarrassing to tweet the owners. I mean, I've seen some ridiculous tweets out there today, tagging the owners, tagging other players. Desperate for attention, guys. Desperate. It's like, please mention me. Please reply to me. And it's absolutely, it's sad. So
it is sad in a way, because all we've wanted is communication. That's all we've wanted from the owners, and now we've got it.
These people are going to stop that, Danielle. That's the thing. They're going to get fed up and think, well, I'm not replying to all these because it's pathetic. I mean, whether it be cartoons and stuff like that, it's ridiculous, man. It's like craving attention. Black Spiral says the only thing from Source goes on is the bin. Oh. I've just got a text message. No, I'm not reading that. Okay, Susan, I get you. Mark says, I think the new signings will be there for the first day of training as requested by Eddie Howe on July the 1st. Look, we're pushing it now if we want everybody in by the July the 1st. I mean, it's 11 days? How many days in this month? 31?
I think, 30. I think in terms of a date when the players will be in, I think, we all know that Eddie Howe would have preferred to have players in, but I don't think it's an issue. I think we'll be here. If we can get the right players that are on the list, if we can get them, then they'll be here when they're here.
Definitely. Geordie Jack says, Alex using a fast lens there. Well done. What camera are you using, Alex, by the way?
The same one as I'm always using. I think it's highly just dependent on my internet quality. It really is.
It looks good tonight. Even your left headphone's blurred as well, mate. It looks like you've got...
Yeah, it's blurring that, isn't it? It's being funny.
But hey, just don't stand on any needles, man, whatever you do. Gary says, question for you all. What year and match was your first ever Newcastle game? Mine, the first one I can remember was the Brighton game, Kevin Keegan's last game. I don't think it was me first, but as a kid, a very young kid, that's the one I remember. I remember Beardsley's chip over the goalkeeper, a fantastic tackle, and then just beautiful chip over the goalkeeper. I'll never forget that. I was halfway back in the Gallagher, and by the time everyone had stopped celebrating, I was against the fence with all the other kids. It was just amazing. Danielle?
When I was young, I was never allowed to go to the game for one reason or another. But my first ever game that I went to was December 1999, and my dad took us to see AS Roma, St James's Park, and I remember it was a freezing night, and all my dad did was whinge for 90 minutes about how he couldn't feel his legs, and it was just very irritating for the whole 90 minutes. So that was the first and last game that I went to with my father for that reason.
Fair enough. Alex?
My first one was 2001 at Goodison Park. So we played away. So I'd got family friends who would
bloody skip rat.
Well, our family we were family friends with the Jeffers, if you remember Francis Jeffers. So we knew John Jeffers. So we got in with that, and I was sat in a full Newcastle kit in the family bit, in the Everton family bit.
Oh, he was a full kit whacker as well.
Yeah,
oh no!
Yeah. And when they started, one of the I can't remember, the side stands started singing F off Shearer, so I stood up in the Everton family end and started saying F off Jeffers when I was their guest. So that was when the box and the box was still at Everton, but that was 1-1.
Then it began.
That was the time when that was the time when I went in the tunnel post match and got Shearer to sign my program and ignored Gary Speed. I ignored Solano. That was that time. I ignored all of them because I just wanted Shearer to sign my program.
Zishan, thank you for your $8.99 super chat, buddy. He says, evening people, I have a Villa mate trying to take the piss saying we are taking all your targets. I just told him we are now after Harry Maguire. Oh God almighty, just saw Villa go for him. Yes, I like it. Billy, what about you? Your first game?
The most famous game we played in the 1970s, I'm guessing. It was the 1974 FA Cup final.
Wow.
And I was 5. My old man took me down. Fantastic day.
Wow.
Apart from the game itself.
Yeah.
I can remember Bruce Forsyth coming on the pitch in his red suits.
Nice to see you.
Newcastle. Yeah, he's just ran for
Don't join in, guys. It's fine.
Nice. He ran to the Liverpool fans in his red suit. Obviously we wanted to win. The game was horrendous, but the one thing I came away from the game was the Liverpool number 7 just totally changed my mind about football. I was enamoured by him.
Kevin Keegan, by any chance?
Kevin Keegan. And I said to my dad, he's fantastic, and he gave me a clip around the ear roll. No, he's not. He plays for them. But he soon changed his tune.
I bet he did. I bet he did. Nikki, thanks for becoming a new member of the Toon Review. I'm not sure if that's a renewal or a new membership, but welcome to the family and thank you for your continued support. Goatfather's got a question for Alex. Alex, do you stand up while doing these shows or do you sit down with a booster cushion?
Oh, that's proper shocking.
Is there some like rhetoric that I'm small or something?
Yes.
I don't know where this has come from.
Well,
I'm not tall at all, but I'm not that short. I'm about 5'10". So is that small? I don't know.
Sorry.
What do you mean, sorry? I'm 175, 176
I think you
centimeters.
5'10's pushing it, mate. I mean, there's photos of you standing next to me. And
you're like 6'5".
Yeah, but you don't look like 5'10". I'll give 5'8". I'll give you 5'8".
Oh, no, I'm way taller than that.
Right, well, next time you're up, we'll get it.
Oh, God, I was going to say we're going to be measuring it on the like.
Measuring height as well, nothing else. Before.
Excuse me, don't lower the tone.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Trey. I know what he's like.
Billy.
Joe says, love you all. Thank you, Joe. Stanley says, evening all. People forget we have 2 signings in Ashworth and Target. So almost the fuck down plenty time for more signings. In Scotland, they're automatically put brown sauce all over you, Chippy, without you asking. I tell you what I do like in Scotland. When I played ice hockey there, it was called a stovey. It's like a corned beef hash, but it's got beans and all sorts in it. It's absolutely delicious. Never tried the fried Mars bars, but I did have a stovey, that were very, very nice.
I'd love a fried Mars bar.
Yes, I am sorry if you've asked questions, guys, and the comments have skipped. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. I read out as many as I can. Jim says, Billy, you sound terrible. Hope you get well soon, son.
Thank you very much.
Callum Wilson's an inch taller than me, so if I'm small, so is he.
Oh, he's not going to let this go now. That's it.
We've walked the Hulk. The Hulk is awoken. Brian says squad as is top 10 with some of the signings we've been linked with, 6th to 8th.
It depends on so much, though. It really does. It depends on we could have a complete freak of a season where we get no injuries and we just fly, or we could get a lot of injuries. A few people are out of form, and it just depends. It really depends.
Absolutely, yeah. Dave says Paul's word stats for the last 6 or 8 weeks incredible. 19,673 Botman. Incredible was 19. Botman 16,224. Eki Teki 17,359. Quack quack feck off once. I can't believe I said quack quack feck off in it. It was that was in a commentary, wasn't it? Jamie says, just subscribed. Good luck to the Toon from a West Ham fan. You guys do a very good job. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. We've got a few West Ham subscribers, actually. I'm starting.
Yeah, can you tell your lot that
for them? Sorry,
because we're all getting hate off some West Ham people.
Some West Ham fans, we are. Yes,
they signed their centre back that we tried to apparently hijack. Yeah. Well done. That's a good transfer for you, but I don't think we deserve hate for that necessarily. No. It's a bit odd.
But listen, we've got the good fans following us, so I'll take that. Proela TV says Norway is expensive for me, and I'm Swedish. Bloody hell. It must be expensive in Norway then. Ken says, I'm just going to throw this out. How about the reason nobody can get a shirt is the owners are working behind the scenes to pay off Fun 88 and Castore out of the last year of their contracts and are working behind the scenes with the new kit manufacturers and sponsors. Just a thought. Wow.
Interesting.
It's a nice thought, but...
it is a nice thought, but I can't see that. Geordie Metal, thank you for your £20 super chat, mate. Very kind. A big donator to the channel. Thank you so much. My first match was the Fairs Cup semi-final against Rangers. I was 11 years old.
Oh, wow. Lovely.
Ooh. Wow. So that would have been, 69? Wow. Bloody hell. Michael says, Paul, did Newcastle United give?
Oh, they've given loads over the years.
They've given us a lot of shite the last 15. But yeah, She says, I've read on Facebook and Twitter that ASM deal to Spurs is 90% done. I hope not.
Nah.
No way, Chi.
And your
No
first
way,
problem
Chi.
there is looking on Facebook for football news.
Yeah, Facebook's terrible.
Unless
you're in the Toon Review group, of course. Yeah,
Exactly.
nice. Well done, Alex. Yeah. What do you think about the new home kit and Sports Direct? Yeah, we've spoke about that. So absolute shite. Glenn says, are any of you interested in gaming, PC or console?
No.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I do as well.
Listen, I've bought a new iMac with it's a huge screen, and I want to try and get back into Football Manager. I've got an Xbox, one of the new next gen ones, but mainly the kids go on that. My daughter actually plays FIFA more than me, and I never thought I'd say that a couple of years ago. The Euros have just transformed her into a massive football fan. She's doing them FIFA things on FIFA apps and FIFA cards and all that kind of thing, and she's really into it now. And it's
I am
helping
looking
out.
at doing a network save for us as well on Football Manager. Possibly.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's what I. Yeah.
So network save is where we can all play together, and so we choose like the Premier League, and you'll pick a team out of a hat or something, or a random league, and then we can all play Football Manager and schedule a time, and we all play at the same time, and you can see who makes the right choices. So we'll see. Maybe once I'm back and the season starts rolling, we can do some fun stuff.
But FIFA for my daughter, who everybody knows is going through horrendous anxiety problems and can't get her out the house at the minute. But it helps her in a way focus on something else. But I'm going to try and get back into Football Manager a little bit and see where I can take the Toon myself. Billy, what about yourself? Are you a bit of a gamer?
FIFA every day.
Yeah,
every day.
It's a bit
going from work an hour FIFA every day.
Yep. And it's interesting to look at certain players that have been linked with the club as well, looking on Football Manager and looking on FIFA to see what they're rated on there already. Michael says, do you think we could win a cup, an FA Cup or League Cup?
Yes to all.
I think we could have a good cup run next season.
Absolutely.
A better chance than we've had for a long time. Yeah.
Julie says, my client does not drink.
Thanks, Jules.
Paul Sales says, you're the checkbook, Danielle. Indeed.
Still waiting, Mandy. Still waiting.
I know. Susan, fucking hell. It's put me right off when I've just been texted. I'm sorry.
Keep it clean. The two years.
I'm not doing anything. She's just sent me a text. It's just completely thrown me off. And I'm a little bit red. I can't believe
Susan.
She knows it comes up on my screen and not just my phone. It's shocking. Tom's got an interesting one. I think there'll be multiple Toon Review channels. Stand by for the Toon Review 2. Now, that would be interesting. Let's put it out there. If we were to create a Toon Review 2 channel, what would you like to see on it? Because I know Newcastle Fans TV have the Newcastle Fans TV Extra. So there is a couple of channels have a second one. But if we were to open a second channel, what would you like to see on that second channel? Stick it in the comments. I'd like to, interested to see what people would like to see.
FIFA together.
Yeah, well, could be live gaming and stuff. Although I haven't got a Scooby-Doo how to do that. They're flying straight to Iceland from Newcastle soon. You're all welcome to the land of fire and ice. Do you know what? I've always loved to go to Iceland and jump in one of them pools. You know, the heat, just in the middle of like freezing cold, you jump into that hot pool. I'd not get out. Because if I got out, I'd lose my penis and testicles for a start because it's so flaming cold.
Wow.
So I'd not get out. Abs is not forgetting the FFP show, of course. Alex, she is not going to let you. You cannot let Abs down on that. Simple as that.
It's locked in.
At the moment, transfers are like I've been quite busy today, and I've had to scroll through Twitter as we've started the show. And there's 3 or 4 names that have cropped up that weren't there this morning. Like it's so hard to keep on top of it, even for people who do it full time in journalism. It is so mental at the moment. Like I'm starting to understand why some of these journalists, specifically connected to Newcastle, are so tired because it's just non-stop. It's non-stop, especially if I've got to research them. It's all the time. I've never seen us so busy. It's crazy. It's good, but it's crazy.
Absolutely. Gary says, you guys are unbelievable, doing effing great. Maybe get fans on to chat with you as well. Gary, we do a fan forum. It's just been it hasn't been on over the summer. I am bringing it back. Exactly. I am bringing it back next week. We get 8 or 9 fans on to chat with us, and it's we get them all on at once, not just 5 minutes a piece. We get everybody on at once, and it's a really good show. And we get people from Saudi on, from Qatar. Evening, Roy. So it's brilliant. We get Ryan on from Canada, fans from all over the world. Come on. Luke says, Paul, Liverpool has said they will not pay the £400,000 a week wages of Mo Salah, and Mo said he would leave. He would love to play for a Premier League rival. Members of Saudi royal family have contacted Mo. We'll see about that. I know Liverpool aren't. Well, I know Liverpool aren't happy with the wages he's asked for. Put it that way. So but whether anything develops from that, we'll just
we'll pay 30% of those wages, and that's it. There's no way we pay more than 120 or 140 a week, regardless of who it is. It's just not going to happen.
Yep, definitely. Wes says, would you consider bringing on some? Hang on. I've seen special guests, old players possibly. We are always working to bring guests on, mate.
We're trying.
We are trying. We keep. But listen, I'm hoping where we're sending Alex later on in the year, we'll get some good names coming on the channel from a lot of football clubs. And like I say, we can't reveal anything now, but hopefully our
secret.
Yeah, hopefully our sort of legs will be expanding, so to speak, and arms and reaching for everybody. Alex is going to do a lot of what's the bloody word I'm looking for? Yeah.
Networking.
That's it.
Reach.
So he's going to be networking and doing a lot of stuff, hopefully. So a lot of exciting plans for later on in the year, definitely. Lee says it's an amazing show. Very proud bunch. Thanks, mate. Julie says Paul's planning on sending the mods on an all-inclusive holiday.
Yeah, I can confirm that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton. Oh, dear. The Norway trip should be filmed by Paul, Danielle, Alex, and Billy. Wow. Okay. Who is our big signer going to be this window, says Brian? I don't know. I really don't know. Look, I'll stick by what I said before the window opened, that I think we will make a massive statement signing. I really do. I think we'll build the same as what Manchester City did. So, again, we'll just have to wait and see on that. But I don't know. Again, time will tell. I mean, it's difficult as it is to talk about signings as it is, because it's all over the shop at the minute. But time, the summer's still very, very young. Let's put it that way. Ryan says, are there plans for Alex, Billy, or Danielle to host the shows on their own?
Billy has.
Billy does. Billy does the. He's done a couple of historic watch-alongs. He does the home game watch-alongs next season, which are going to be great. He's got his new camera there. He's all set up, ready to go for that. As you can see, his big red nose is in HD tonight, in perfect 720 or 1080p. I know, but listen, the man is still here. Despite, I know what I'm like when I get a cold. I don't want to.
By the grace of God.
Yes.
I don't think there's any need for me to do anything on my own, really, because what I talk about, it's nice to bounce off Paul and have Paul control, and because sometimes I will waffle, so it's kind of useful having Paul, to be fair. Unless I was to do something video related, then maybe. But hosting, no, I kind of like having Paul be able to pull me back. So,
as for Danielle, well, I mean,
I don't think that's very likely. Do you?
Why?
Couldn't work my new phone for 2 months. Never mind anything else. So I don't think that's a good idea.
What about a Lisa's Lasses type show?
Lisa's Lasses.
No comment.
Maybe. Dan says, Paul, do you remember Brian Wynn from Durham? He was my old manager at the old Bowling Alley. Brian Wynn, I was very close with. He was one of my close buddies at Durham, and remember him fondly. Taken way too early, as a few of my mates from the ice hockey days have. He was a great guy. He played for the recreational team And he was such a good laugh, heart of gold as well, and he's sadly missed. Stott, he says, evening all, evening the mods, some talking on players for us on other pods. Keep the good work up, top six, I think. Look, I know there's a few people, we've done the transfer show tonight. Alex has got a few players, but it's very quiet today. And it's, we're not going to come on here and do a full transfer show and say, oh, this is, because it's pointless. That's why we're mixing it up a bit with the Q&A. So, to ask us questions and stuff, just to something a bit different again. And, people are interested in getting to know the people that they watch nearly every day of the week, So, and I've always been upfront and honest on any Q&As that I've done. And this is the first sort of Q&A I've had with the other guys with us. So, get asking away, guys. Get asking away. Alex, do you have a first player there by any chance?
I do. I've just got to figure out what I'm doing with my cursor. There it is. Is that what? Oh, there we go. Ta-da!
Eric Bay. Yes.
Ta-da!
Yes.
Yeah, so this one cropped up yesterday. Well, that's the first I saw of it. It's possible that it crops up before then. Again, I'm starting to struggle keeping track of everything. There's just so much. But anyway, it's just something to talk about generally. Is he good enough? Obviously, I know a few of us are quite, what's the right word? Not particularly thrilled to potentially be doing business with the Red Devils.
Absolutely.
But I think the quoted price was what, 7, 8, 9. It was pretty low. The numbers being thrown around were quite low. So right-sided centre-back at 28 years old. Not played a lot of football this year, so he hasn't generated enough minutes he hasn't generated stats because he's not played enough. So you've kind of got to have a look at other sites to get anything useful out of him. Mm-hmm. So he has played some games this year. It made his valuation. Look at that's dropped off considering what they paid, like 38 for him, €7.5 million. So if we scroll down and take a look at some games that he's been involved in this year, so he played some in November, December, and didn't do too bad, to be completely fair. I think he's been one of these players that's been very, very mismanaged, and is still a good player. So as long as they don't mess us around transfer-wise, I would be all over this, because people keep talking about top six, about challenging for Europe, all this, that, and the other. For that to happen, we need to have these expensive signings, but we also need to have some smart signings. We need to kill it in the free transfer market. We need to get bargains. We need to get the right loans in. We still need to be efficient if we're gonna fast track finishing in these top places. I feel like this is the kind of bargain. It might not work, but it has potential to work. So international, he does play for the Ivory Coast. If we have a little look at some games he's played in, so for Ivory Coast as a right-sided centre-back, and we have a look at his nice heat map, he's very involved. Obviously, this was to extra time. This was to 120 minutes. But even so, he's very, very involved. 10 clearances, 4 blocks, 2 interceptions, 3 tackles. He's involved in a lot of duels. He won 3 out of 3 aerials. He's aggressive. He's strong. Passes as well. Touched the ball 96 times, 50 out of 70 passes. It's not too bad. 8 long balls out of 18 attempted as well. For the club, he's played in an array of weird positions because they've been messing about. In his defence, he's had a few games where he's had Donny van der Beek sat in front of him, which is bizarre because that's not where he should be playing. He's had a few games where he's had Pogba sat in front of him. He had a game where he had Lingard sat in front of him. It's just been a mess. He's had Matic as a partner a few times, who is not a centre-back. So I do feel for him. He's been involved. The matches where he's played have been experimental formations anyway. So I don't think he's been done too badly. All things considered, considering how poorly they've played, his heat maps are always very good. His passing is generally quite strong. He does the nitty gritty work in terms of he's kind of like Lascelles in terms of good at clearances and blocks and interceptions, but then he's also got a lot more passing range. So he's a lot better at passing than Lascelles is. He's a lot more comfortable on the ball. So it would give us an extra centre back, because obviously Fabian Schär and stuff isn't quite as strong physically. He does lose out in those battles on occasion. So this would be somebody that could step in and play with the football a bit more, play the style we're trying to go towards, but also be strong. And he's 28, so he's a reasonable age as well. He could give us another 4, possibly 5 years at a good standard.
Yeah.
And if the quoted price is anything under 10 million, I think he's definitely worth the risk for the money. 100, even if it fails, I think it's still a good shout to try. Because if they can get some form out of him, he could be very useful for us.
Yeah.
So
Danielle,
100% yes for me.
Yeah. One thing about would his lack of game time be a worry for you, that he hasn't played a lot over the last couple of years?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll be a massive factor if we were to bring him in, which I don't believe we will. I don't believe that.
You just don't want to do any business with Man United, do you?
I just think they'll mess around again. I don't trust them. I just think we just bypass them completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. If he hasn't been getting and he's had a big lack of game time, then that's going to be an issue for us. We need people who can. I know players like a Techie is going to take a little bit of time.
Techie,
if we get him, he's going to take time to adjust to the league. But we need some of our signings to go straight in and hit the ground running. So I don't know. But for me, it's a straight no anyway, just because of the club he comes from. I wouldn't do business with him.
Fair enough. Chloe says, hi, I'm Chloe. I'm Nicholas Dean's daughter. We sent you a private message on Instagram. You don't have to reply to the message. Just thought you all deserve to know. I haven't seen that message, Chloe, but I will have a look at it. I hear Alex has a 50 million release clause in his Toon review contract. Any truth about this rumor, Paul? Well, it's a lot more than 50 million, put it that way.
We're in La Liga release clauses.
We're talking Gavi release clauses here.
Yeah.
So he ain't going nowhere. Jim says, Alex, we won't be sneaking anywhere. We'll be smashing the door in and shouting, bring in the Bairns. The Geordies are here. Tom says, I started getting into loads of NUFC channels during lockdown. Really helped because having depression going to matches helps me socialize and gives me a sense of belonging. Lockdown was difficult. Yes, it was. It was difficult for all of us. I couldn't see Susan for something like 3 months. It was a nightmare. It was horrible, to be honest. But look, we're out of it now. Hopefully, we're on the right end of it, and this is what we like to do. Is people start getting to know each other on this channel, through the chat, through the hosts, and loads of people coming up to us before games and things like that. Is just fantastic, really. It makes me smile to know that we are doing things for you.
And it helps us as well. It helps me. Like I've struggled a lot with my mental health, and I still do struggle from time to time. And it just helps me to come on, here with my friends and just talk and interact. And I work from home, so I don't see a lot of people. The cats and Lee probably. That's it. So it's totally like great for me.
I prefer the cats to lead as well. So just like
no comment.
Even Lee, if you're watching. Nawaf, wow, 2,199.99 Saudi Arabian Riyal, incredible again. Nawaf, you are a gent. Thank you so much for your support of this channel over there in Saudi. We really do appreciate it. You are a legend in your own right. Again, you never put a comment, but I think you did message once to say you just you send because you love watching the channel, and that's good enough for us. Thank you so much. It really does help. Like I say, despite what a certain plonker said the other week about where the money goes, it's going to a lot of it goes to the channel, which of course for stuff for Alex coming up this year and Billy's equipment, Danielle's drink and alcohol, so it goes to a lot. Thank you so much, Nawaf. We really do appreciate it. Greg Bell says Neil Ruddock is in the bottom right. He's heard that a million times.
I have.
Yeah. Will says there's a reason why I stay up at 3 a.m. to catch the Toon review on such a regular basis. It is entertaining and many times informative. Thanks, Will. Billy, you must be cold up there on the roof. Cracking view, mind. Well, that's why his nose is red raw.
It is. It's freezing. But I can see the bus station.
Oh, can you? Level 7 Dave there by any chance?
He is. He's waiting for the 356.
Adrian says, evening all. Favourite away strip? Mine has to be the yellow green alls one. Well, it's funny that because if we don't hear from the two winners, that is one of the prizes tonight, Adrian. It is going in the draw to win a Greenhalgh's Newcastle United yellow away strip. Mine, I have to say, was the old silver one with the blue star.
Yeah.
Beautiful, that one.
I loved it with the old NUFC badge, the NUF and then the C curled underneath with the magpie. It brings back a lot of fantastic memories for me for early doors of going to watch Newcastle United. But I saw one of Chris Waddle the other day. I don't know whether you saw it. And it was the smallest star on the front. I don't remember that strip at all. I always remember the blue star being quite big, but this thing was like you could have put it on with a postage stamp. It was ridiculous.
And do you know why that was?
Why?
Televised game. There was certain size sponsors could be.
All right.
On telly.
See, there you go. Billy is the encyclopedia of the Toon Review.
Indeed he is.
Thank you for that, Billy. Anybody else got a favourite away strip?
The dark blue one for me. I loved that one.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. I never got one. Always wanted one. But then I refused to pay prices on eBay, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I think mine was the bar and Cisse away. Was it like a funny rouge? It got rouge in it or something?
Yeah.
I liked that one because it was when we actually could play football in the last 10 years. Like that wasn't terrible. I can't remember what season it was, but one of the away strips where it was Ben Arthur, Bar and Cisse, and we were actually good. It was nice memories.
Yeah. Kari, thank you for your 50 Norwegian kroner as well, mate. Thank you so much. I have to give money. So cute, Danielle Super Cat. Hope his name is Bruce.
No.
It's a she.
And it's just called Dipsy.
That's Dipsy. Dipsy, how old is Dipsy there, Danielle? 15?
15, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's
of course,
little old Nana.
Yep. Dipsy stars on the, she is the official mascot of the Toon Review. She is on the banners of the Toon Review YouTube and Facebook pages and stuff. So she just loves to sit there and she's got some interesting points as well. Yeah. Julie said there, made some great friends in the chat, but also my Toon Review family, Paul, Danielle, Alex, Billy, Susan, Ches, and Thomas. And of course, Dave H. Bless him. Yeah. And I really love what Susan did with the opening credits to the shows now.
Just beautiful. It is.
Because, everybody, that little scene where we're all bowing, to the king of the king of Northumberland there, and then the picture of Dave and always remembered. And that's just something that I love that just put on the end of that. So
I just love it so much.
Never
like
be forgotten.
He's still part of the channel.
Absolutely,
I love it.
Yeah. And he always will be. Anthony says, just when you thought Owen couldn't be more pathetic, he put together a portfolio when he left us to circulate to other clubs. Listen, the man's a bell end. Absolute bell end. Anyway, next player, Alex, is Adrien Rabiot.
I mean, it was also going to be Hazard, but we could do Rabiot first.
Yeah, we can.
Purely because the reports today are that we already mentioned that it's rumored that he's asked for a 15 million euro sort of fee. That's the whole rumor, and that there are English clubs potentially interested in him. And it's a similar situation for Thorgan Hazard as well, as a couple of clubs apparently have asked about availability. Also for Rabiot, so we've looked at him before, and obviously we've talked a lot about Paqueta and certain people in the midfield positions that might be able to come to play sort of in front of Willock. Positionally, not like at the same time, because ideally we don't want Willock to be our starting box to box as we're trying to push in for European football. Like we could do with him to have a mentor, somebody better, and this guy is an absolute tank. I mean, people questioned his attitude. I'm not so sure it was his attitude that was the problem. So the whole saga was, we have talked about this before, was when he was leaving PSG on, I think it was a free transfer. Because it was a free transfer, his mother is also his agent, and she apparently was a bit hard to handle in negotiations, and she was very.
I don't think I could handle my mother as my agent. Like,
well, wow. She was demanding 10 million up front. This was quite a few years ago as well. This wasn't. She was demanding some outrageous wages and upfront fees for him to sign as a free transfer. And it was outrageous to some of the prices. So I'm not sure it's him necessarily. I think it was more that's got him the stigma of the attitude. But you can't question his quality. He's still only 27, so he's in his peak at 6'2", left-footed as well. And if we scroll down and have a look at his stats, we've talked about him before being a ball carrier and being quite high up in the pitch. So, yeah, 23 pressures per 90. It's just a worker. He's an absolute worker. So progressive carries, touches in the attacking penalty area, and receiving passes high up as well. And then his defensive work in terms of his pressures. I mean, if you look at these little stats here, we've seen how efficient Bruno is at just robbing the ball and being intelligent. To have another player who can do that as well on the pitch at the same time, who can also progress the ball forwards, that's how we are going to start transitioning into being a very good team. People are not going to be able to get the ball off us. We're going to be able to rob the ball back very quickly and just always be on the front foot. And then we can feed it through to our dangerous wingers and our strikers. This is really going to upgrade us. If we've got somebody who can do what Bruno does and also be on the pitch at the same time. So he also likes to get forward. I know we've seen Bruno play a lot more further forward recently for us, but this guy really is meant to be a box-to-box. Not even a box-to-box. What is it? What is it called? Whatever it is in Football Manager. It's the middle one. Is it the Mazzala or the Cariello? He's not quite box-to-box, but he just covers all the middle space in the midfield, just constantly driving and driving and driving. He just carries the ball, and he's a monster. It doesn't matter if I swap this to attacking midfielder and winger. It doesn't actually change that much. If anything, it just inflates his defensive stats.
Yeah.
And it makes his pass completion look a lot better as well. So 42 passes a game at 83%. But to be honest, he's a lot of what he does tends to be quite dangerous. He tries to do things with the ball. So there are certain things that are low on here that are not necessarily his fault. I mean, especially for the way he's played at PSG and at Juventus, respectively. These are quite low because his job isn't to drive into the box, and he's meant to give the ball to other people. So it doesn't mean he can't do this. It's just how the team play. But he's got the kind of attributes that we really would like for if we're going to have somebody sitting in front of the defense and then have two midfielders in front like Joe Linton or Willock, or if Bruno's going to have a turn there, having somebody like Rabiot to do that job offensively for us. It is going to be it's a next step signing. I feel like even if that's 15 million, I think that would be the best signing in the window. It doesn't have to break transfer records for it to be our marquee signing this summer, I don't think, because there are players around there like this that, you know, with PSG and Juventus are two big what's the right word, culprits of hoarding talent. So there's actually quite a few tidy players from both clubs available this window that probably get for reasonable prices. So we'll see. I'm 100% for this. I don't know what you guys think.
I think if we got him for 15 million, that's a steal.
It's a steal. I was thinking that. Roy, thank you very much for your 100 Norwegian kroner. And he puts the comments for Danielle's drinks with a laughing emoji.
Start him it now. You're in trouble.
I know. She's not global alcoholic, guys. She's not.
I've just seen he's also won 7 domestic league titles. That would be good to have a winner on our team as well. That can't be understated how important that is. And he plays for France and plays in the Champions League as well. So
brilliant. Guys, just a quick thing. We're over 900 viewing tonight, which is incredible. Again, thank you so much. If you are new to the channel and you like what you see, please hit that subscription button. It's free to do so. We're on the way to 12,000 subscribers. We'd love to get there as soon as possible and keep on building. You can, of course, become a member as well if you hit the join button just underneath this video. And, of course, the notification bell, which will let you know if we upload or go live. And, of course, you can donate to the channel if you wish, like some wonderful people have already done so tonight by hitting that $sign underneath the live comments. That will take you through that way, and if you put a comment, it gets read out straight away, so that's an extra perk of that. And well, we do have merchandise out at the moment. We have mugs available. The manufacturer is going to be away for a week in the next couple of days. I think she leaves, so obviously they are made to order, so but this is where to go to get them.
So let's get down to business.
I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me
down to business.
So there you go, guys. The toonreview.co.uk is the place to go, and many more coming. Susan's now designing key rings, bottle openers, all sorts of stuff. So we
all
are
the
getting a
merch.
shifty on. So hopefully hoodies, etc., are coming very soon as well. Shane says, evening all, just watched Adam Pearson's latest video, and if you get abuse like him on here, all I can say is love all quality Newcastle content. Yourself and Adam, maybe one more. Keep up the good work. Yeah,
Adam's a good lad.
Adam, Susan's just texted to say we can put an order in when she comes back on the 28th. So if you order now, the order will be sent to her on the 28th for the mugs. Thank you very much for that, Susan. Yeah, listen, I've got a lot of time for Adam. I'm a good friend of Adam's, and I class him as a good friend of mine. So basically, he takes a lot of hammer, but I think the thing is with Adam, he bounces off it.
He's getting amongst it now. He's embracing it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's embracing it. He's just loving it. And listen, I know I've had some horrible things said about me on Twitter. So is Danielle. So is Billy. Alex just fights back with them and doesn't take any crap from them. But things were horrible for me. However, we're over that now. The trolls can get on with what they want to do. I don't even entertain them anymore. I don't even talk to them. I don't even look at them. But they'll always be there, guys, because there's always that sad individual in the bedroom with nothing better to do than, sit there with a hand on his sweaty sock and all of this, and then his keyboard when he's bored. So you know what I mean. It's just they will be what will be. So sod them all. But we just get on with it and love what we do. So and Adam loves what he does as well, and that's the beauty of it. He goes to training ground. He likes getting out and about to St James's and stuff like that. And he will be. He has probably a different demographic to this channel, which is fine because he's a young kid and he's good at what he does. So all hats off to him, to be honest. Jim says, Alex, didn't stand in front of the training ground, you'll get death threats. Yeah. I can't believe somebody sent him a death threat. It's just unbelievable, man. Mark says he'd rather go for Willy Wonka than Calvert-Lewin. Guys, remember, if you've got any questions for us, fire them in. It is part of a Q&A session tonight. Jonathan says, hiya, love watching yous. You're amazing. Thank you very much. Anthony says, fingers crossed Wilson will be okay for the season due to the break for the World Cup if he doesn't get picked. I think he'd be desperately trying to be picked, to be honest.
I don't think Southgate will pick him.
Well, I don't think Southgate will pick him, but I think, in the back of Callum Wilson's mind, he'll be doing everything he can to make sure he's available.
I know.
So there. Carl says, watching the Toon review saved me from being punished by EastEnders Emmerdale at Coronation Street. Thank God for the Toon review. She says, my guess is Mike Ashley bought all the available stocks the club store has. Hence, Castoria hasn't got any to sell, and Ashley is selling in his store. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Bollocks to the haters. They can do one in the net, he says, Dave. We are being linked with an insane amount of players, but the Paqueta deal is really silent now. Do any of you think Paqueta is going to happen?
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's silent. If we were to buy Paqueta first, Milan would do a sell-on clause from that, and then they would have the money to potentially outbid us for Botman.
Milan get 15% of the sell-on fee, so we can't be feeding Milan anything until things have settled down with their whole business with Renato Sanchez, which they're after, and this whole Botman thing. Once all of that's sorted, whoever wins who, fine, whatever. But once all that's quietened down, then maybe. I think we're not. It's not an absolute priority position in midfield right now. I think they do want a midfielder, but I think they're trying to fish in the centre back market first. Sort of Ekitike. I think there's other priorities, and then once they get certain players over the line, then they'll move their attention to we'll see.
Dean says, breaking news: Newcastle want to sign Thorgan Hazard from Borussia Dortmund. Fee could be as little as 15 million, and the move is apparently very possible, as per Bild in Germany. Bild are quite a reliable source in Germany. So hey, listen, as I say, Thorgan Hazard for me, brilliant player, and probably better than his brother now. His brother's gone way off the boil. I don't know what's happened.
He doesn't play football, does he?
Well, no. That move to Real Madrid was one that just one of them things, isn't it? He's just grass is not always greener, as they say.
I'm not sure where we'd play Thorgan now. He's a left-sided player, isn't he? Would he play the left flank?
Mate, he's an everything-sided player apparently nowadays. You'll see soon. I'll show you.
Billy, the kid could play in goal, man. He could play anywhere.
I thought he was quite specific in his position, but from where he's played this season, I mean, we'll talk about it soon.
I shall look forward to this then.
Foxy says, can't believe Stato called him a tool. Very harsh. Tony says, Alex is both a tool and a weapon to the Toon Review channel.
Thanks.
Norvik says, total weapon. Where are you going with this, Alex? Wow. Will says, any chance of interviewing an ex-player on the Toon Review, similar to what another channel did recently with Hayden? Yes, we are. We are always pushing to get guests on. It's just obviously the channels that have been going a lot longer than this one obviously have contacts that we don't have. So it's a case of yes. So thank you, Danielle. It's a case of gaining those contacts and then working with them for the foreseeable future. But we are still a very young channel.
I had a lot of stuff planned, and then as soon as Maxi did that interview, so I was talking to a few. What are they called? Sporting agencies that represent the players. I was in contact with a few players, and we were having chats. And then as soon as Maxi did that interview, they all got cold feet with everybody. It was, and it all went very quiet for a long time. And that's why, apart from this Hayden thing, I've not seen many players do much with anybody, because I think the club were a bit like, all right, we just need to calm down a bit, guys. We need to get through the season. And I think that Maxi interview where what was it again? I think he said, I can't remember. Maxi said something controversial, and then everybody just got cold feet with interviews. So that's my experience of it anyway. So
yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult, but we are trying. So we will see in the future how that goes. Ryan says, love seeing the new camera, Billy, and you're looking good. Great hosting trait. There you go. If Rabiot came, Danielle have to be his personal manager. Then he don't have to do anything wrong, says Kare. ASM's holiday doesn't look like there's much chilling, working his nuts off. He is actually doing a lot of work, but hats off to him if that's what he likes to do. I've seen a comment saying, when that appeared on social media, and a comment saying, you should be on the beach resting. If he's used to
win, man. Can't win. No.
If he's used to doing exercise and he's a very fit lad, then that's his way of relaxing. If he wants to relax by running up mountainsides and sprinting and whatever it is, that's his way of letting off steam rather than just sitting on a beach soaking in the sun. Then that's what he wants to do. Why is it a problem?
Maxi, stop running downhill on concrete in trainers, please. Yes, you're going to mess your ankles up and your knees. Don't do that. Please walk down the hill and then sprint back up it, but don't be jogging down a concrete hill. You're not going to have any cartilage left, man. We need your cartilage. You're a winger. Just look after yourself.
Maxi, I know you're watching. Listen to the stat, man. Paul says, hey, everyone, how great is it that we are talking about the caliber of players we are? Gone on the bargain bin desperation signings. Love being a Toon fan. Lewis says, hi, guys. Haven't been on the show in a while. Very rough few weeks. Sorry to hear that, Lewis.
Hope you're all right, Lewis.
I hope you're on the mend, mate, or whatever's happened. I hope it's getting a bit better.
Probably watching England matches.
Well, yeah, that doesn't help either. Billy sounds like Darth Vader. I think his mic is too... No, it's not. He's got cold, man. Can anyone just, leave him alone? He's got cold. Everybody sounds like Darth Vader when they've got cold.
Yeah, definitely.
I am your father. Darth Vader is your father? He is. So
that sounded like a bit of Sesame Street there.
No, that's Yoda.
All right.
Sesame Street. Hey, Bert. Ernie.
Hey, Bert. I can't find Bert. Ernie. Can anybody find my friend Bert? I don't know where Bert's gone.
Oh, dear.
Yes, we know.
Oh, God, no.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we've killed Billy. Right, Alex, next player is... Oh, what a surprise. It's Thorgan Hazard.
Shocked.
Well, I can see the chat going bonkers for him, so you can stop typing his name in now, guys. Everybody, yeah. So he has been linked today, from what I can see. It doesn't look like he's been linked prior to today. So I've not done bonkers amount of research on the players that have surfaced today because, well, yeah, I can't. But so this kid was very, very good once upon a time. He's not playing as many minutes as he used to for Dortmund anymore. He's not quite as influential. 1,300 minutes isn't crazy, but he's got appearances in the Champions League and the Europa League. 29 years old, so he is in that upper bracket. He's kind of the same age as Lingard was when we were looking at signing him. So he's it's a funny age player. It's somebody for right now as a utility player.
Yeah.
So stats are as a attacking midfieldy wingy kind of player, but he also plays quite a lot as wing back as well. So he's got wing back stats too, which are quite funny. So he's very energetic, quite tidy, regardless of whether you put him at fullback or midfielder or winger. Nearly 21 pressures per 90 is very, very tidy. So he's energetic, he's clever, he gets his interceptions and his tackles. He's a hard worker, and we love one of them. I think he's the kind of player that would be very appreciated in a black and white shirt, even for people that don't like stats, because you can see him running around. He's clever. He tries to block passing lanes. He puts in a good shift, but he's got a lot more quality as well. I feel like he's got a lot more quality than Fraser, Murphy, and Miggy have. He's been there and done it at a higher level for a longer period of time. So, I mean, in terms of, it's probably better for me to move on to this page to give you a bit of context. So Billy was talking about, is he a left-sided player? Well, I don't know about that. So gone back to March, just scroll for a few games. This is him starting in a 4-2-3-1 as a 10 and doing very, very well as a 10, getting an assist, 3 shots blocked. He's winning some duels. He's very involved. 3 key passes, 4 long balls, 2 crosses. He's doing all the things. All of the things is done by him. He's only played an hour as well. And if we go down and have a look at some other games, swap to Dortmund, there he is out on the left wing with Bellingham playing as a 10, mixing it around again with him on the left. And if we swap to the next game, he is playing on the left again. I will have to try and figure out when he swaps. So here he is as a right wing back in the next game, just out behind Marius Wolf and Witzel. So yeah, he's a bit all over the shop. If I scroll up on his SofaScore as well, that's where SofaScore thinks he can play based on where he's been playing this season. So it kind of everywhere. And if we go off that stat, look at his heat map. I don't know where he plays. I've got no idea. I couldn't tell you. So he started 14 games this season. So he is more of a utility player, and he's not been used. He's not been overly used. People have mentioned this whole 15 million price, that's been quoted. Fair enough. Seems like a good price. The question is, I don't think we can bring somebody like this in while we've still got Manquillo, Kraft, Trippier, Miggy, Murphy, Fraser. We've got too many players on the books that play in these kinds of positions. We need to shift some people before we could bring this kind of signing in. We just can't. We just haven't got the space for him right now. We need to shift people. I would be all for this. I actually haven't checked because I've been busy. Okay. I don't know if maybe that explains possibly his lack of appearances this season, only 13 starts or whatever it was. So we would have to dig. I mean, while we're on screen share anyway, let's have a look, shall we? This was by his injury record. If I put in Thorgan Hazard, we can tell you now whether it's bad or good. This is what happens when we get linked to players on the day as well. It's the prep work is quite limited.
It's fine.
Right, how do I get to your injuries, Mr. Hazard? Career. No, squad numbers is in. There we are. Injury history is there. So, this season's issues seem to be.
Well, yeah, Corona.
Where did we start? 21-22. So, ankle problem. So, start of the season, he missed a month.
Yeah.
And then he missed a couple of days in October for presumably the same ankle, but maybe not. He had COVID for a couple of weeks, and then he had back pain, back trouble,
wow,
whatever that means, for 47 days. So
they'll need to check that out.
Yeah, the issues that he's had this season don't seem to be things he's had prior.
Yeah,
it seems like fresh problems. Ankle seems like a fresh problem.
Nothing
crazy
honest,
though. He's not had any ACLs or any knee things. It doesn't seem too bad. 60 days there with torn muscle fiber. I mean, he's an upgrade. He's an upgrade in quality. He's done it. He's done it at Champions League. You know, I'd have him as well. If he could pass a medical and they would be confident he'd be all right, then he is an upgrade. But as I said, I think we would need to shift a few players. We've just got too many players on the books in that sort of position. We're such a bloated squad right now.
Yeah. Matthew says you said you were 175 centimeters, Alex, which is 5'8".
It's definitely not. Go Google it. Google it.
Oh dear.
Get a tape measure out.
Oh man. Jeff says hello from San Francisco in California. Hello, Jeff. Christopher says I did. George Dirkop was playing for Feyenoord. Oh, that was a tournament, pre-game tournament. Don't know if this has already been covered, but in my opinion, Thorgan Hazard isn't the right move for us. I'd rather we put our full pull on Diaby.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I don't think we should be faffing around with too many of this. I think one transfer of this nature is fine, but we can't be going for multiple 29-year-olds who are a risk. We can't do that too often because one of them might work, but if we do it all the time, it's going to be a problem.
Yep. Novik says congratulations to Jeff Hendrick, who has become a father again. Yes, he's called his son Jesus.
Put the balls in the right place for a long time.
Wolves was the last time he did that, Billy. Susan says it's a family show, guys. Keep it clean.
Sorry, Susan.
Oh, God. A freak season for us could well see us do a Leicester. That's been mentioned before, actually.
Absolutely
Newcastle doing a Leicester.
Absolutely not. Not when Liverpool and City are getting over 90 points. It's not going to happen anymore. Unless they all have an absolute shocker of a season.
I mean, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we? I mean, you know, we're all here for it if that happens. But
it's just the points gap is just even if they drop 20 points, they're still getting over 70. Like that's hard. That's so hard. It's not like it was even 5 years ago. The league's changed.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
Johannes says, "Hey Paul, when will we see you with a brown in the hand?" Oh dear.
You got to do it now at some stage.
When's the forwards next going to be on for me to do it though? You know, it'll be in the next. It'll be possibly yes. Billy, shut up.
I mean, you could do it tomorrow when you know
unloaded.
There'll be brandy unloaded, so you got to have you could have your.
Peter Gould's in the chat, Paul.
Who?
Well, Peter Gould, one of the prize winners.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yay.
Okay. Fantastic. Great stuff. George says the Toon review live. It's a knockout. Oh God.
I'd win that.
As long as the host of this knockout isn't around.
No, he hasn't got a good look.
We're still alive.
I'd love to see a new version of the Four Horsemen. Matthew says, if I were you, Paul, I'd make a Toon review shorts channel. Great for the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, listen, many people have said to do shorts on this channel. Just put shorts up and it does brilliant for the views and stuff. So we are looking at that. Susan, because she's probably the one that would do the short. Sorry?
Some stat shorts.
Or stat shorts, yes.
Do like a tiny clip of what we normally do, but just like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me. I've just seen the most unfortunate typo right at the bottom of the
Right, well, don't say it. We'll come across that. George, another channel. Are there enough hours in the day? God knows, matey, but I haven't seen many recommendations yet for what we put on this Toon Review. Oh, hang on a minute. Ab says the Toon Review 2 statographic shows in depth. She's really pushing your workload, Alex, I'll tell you. Mike says we should do challenges on the Toon Review channel, 2 channel, funny content, quizzes, and gaming.
I'll do some challenges.
Yeah, it could be like a... Yeah. Jules says, be good to see stadium tours, history-type shows of the club on the Toon Review 2. Can it be pre-records? Because I can't mod another one. We wouldn't put any lives on the Toon Review 2. Definitely not.
I do have a question. I haven't even asked Paul, so I'm kind of just hijacking the question live. I do apologize, Paul. But I am going to be driving through Europe like this week. So, okay. I mean, I might go past for some random clubs. If anybody's got any cool suggestions, like I might start, whether it's just, I don't know, a French club, a German club, or Netherlands. I will be driving through most of Europe. So if there's any sort of local clubs or interesting clubs you think I should go and check out because they're cool, and then maybe I could record some stuff and give it to Paul. And anybody's got any suggestions like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, if for shorts and stuff, Alex, you could send stuff to me and I'd pass it on to Suzanne because I couldn't do the shorts. She can trim them down to a minute or 59 seconds or whatever they got to do. Dan says, how about like a spit and image version of the show?
Oh my God! I don't think the world's ready for that.
Spit and image puppets of us, for God's sake.
He's got wax to make mine.
Jules, I'm a little concerned at this one. Paul doing yoga and speedo testing. Wow. A sitcom with cast made up of all of the NUFC channels. No. Watch the boys don't fall out of the... I'm not even going to... Whatever they're talking about, I'm not getting into at all. Chippers, behave. Ian, behave. Keep it clean in the chat, please. Family show. I don't swear. Nobody else swears.
Yeah, right.
Oh, dear.
Something's tickled Billy. I'm looking forward to getting to that. Even the guys, what do you think of the links to Hazard and Bite? We've just gone through them. The Toon Review 2 should be gaming and quizzes, etc. Well, people are obviously going to look at Carlos says the Toon Review 2, Paul explaining about bats. Hey, it could be a new nature channel, the Toon Review 2. All right, that went down like a bag of hammers. I'll move on.
I'm concerned in the chat here.
Yeah, it's not John. It's an impersonator. Don't worry, I'm
somebody trying to impersonate John Sinclair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're past all them days.
Well, obviously not. There's some sad people about, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But we'll crack on. Good evening all. Best NUFC show on YouTube. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Beatty. Karia says, who was your favourite Newcastle player? Mine was Peter Beardsley. He is the reason that I have been a Magpie supporter. Well, mine, Shea Given and Peter Beardsley, there's no doubt about it. Not even in question, to be fair. Danielle?
There's been so many. I love them all.
Well, that's true. Danielle has a problem identifying the single player because she does genuinely love them all. If you've seen our player ratings, and stuff, she literally can't give a bad rating to anybody.
I can't because they're all like when they've got that shirt on, it's everything to me. So I love them all. I can't pick a favourite apart from the obvious, Big Al, all of them. I don't really have a standout player. I just love them all.
She just loves the Toon guys.
We'll find out next season in the review shows.
Billy?
One of the finest players, not just played for Newcastle, in my opinion, but one of the finest players that's ever played for England, Peter Beardsley.
Yeah,
the man was an absolute magician.
100% agree.
The work rate of the man, when we didn't have the ball, he'd chase the ball all over the pitch to get it back. When he did have it, he was clever with his passing, his off the ball running, his skills, his talent, his finishing.
I think Lionel Messi worked in his game watching Beardsley, because
every chance of it.
Just
low
the way
gravity.
The way Peter moved around and stuff. Alex, how about you?
Maybe more recency bias from mine, but it's got to be Hatem Ben Arfa for me.
Good choice.
I think he's one of those players where you just think, what if he had the discipline and the fitness and he was prepared to be a winner. I've never seen anybody be able to do what he's one of those players where he can pick up the ball in front of his own half, in front of his own box, and he could score. He just could. It doesn't matter who's in front of him. If he was in the mood, he could just beat 5 or 6 and put it in the net. On his day, absolutely ridiculous player. Ridiculous. I've never seen anybody say just naturally, because he was unfit. He was always half a stone heavier than he should have been, and he didn't train properly. And he could do that. He could beat 7 and put it in the net.
Wasn't it? It really was.
He could have been so much. Playing up front with Benzema back in the Lyon days, he could have had anything. He could have been anybody he wanted to be. He could have won everything, and he didn't. But he's definitely one of my favourite players. He's just incredible.
Yeah. Tom says, mods on tour, holiday show for the Toon Review too. And Ian says, for the mods, an all-inclusive at Billy's gaff. Wow. Wow. The Toon Review 2 game week review. A lot of people have suggested doing a sort of Premier League channel. Interesting.
I couldn't do it though if I had to talk about them. You know what I'm talking about. I'd leave it to you guys for that. I'll just pipe in when it's not them.
Paul, how did you know Darlow was going to go to Middlesbrough? Are you a closet in the know? I'm not saying, because I'm not in the know. But listen, let's move on.
It's just a rumour on the street, wasn't it? It wasn't.
Yes, that's what it was, Danielle. Yes.
Just a rumour?
It was just a rumour that I picked up off the vine of grapes. And I thought, well, I'll just mention it. But now it's come to fruition. Maybe I should broadcast it across the world that I was the first to say it.
No, it's not your style.
It's certainly not my style at all.
No.
Chi says he loves the way Billy laughs.
He's got the best laugh.
Actually, you could use. We could sell Billy's laugh as a ringtone, couldn't we, or a notification tone for your phone?
Ooh, you know what else we could do?
Uh-oh.
We could do Alex's hatch them out of eggs as a message.
Yes. Yeah. Can you imagine you just get a message and all you hear is Alex's voice saying, "We can't just hatch them out of eggs." That would be superb. I think people would like that. Of course, I wouldn't have a clue how to do that, but there you go. Oh, God, the comments have just jumped a mile.
You should have them on a soundboard. You can do soundboards and stuff. So if anybody starts putting in comments, silly things about youth players, you can just press the button and it'll say that.
That'd be class.
Oven Chips all day says, I would rather sign Eric Bristow than Eric Bailly. Yano says, the only Bailey we need is the sort best served over ice.
Oh, I love the Baileys.
I can't get away with
I love it at Christmas Eve. Beautiful.
I've never tasted Baileys either.
What?
No.
Are you teetotal?
No. Listen, I did a lot of drinking back in the ice hockey days. We're talking diesel, the heavy duty shit. I like Jack Daniels, but I got wrong off Dave because apparently that's not a whiskey. I like bourbon. A bourbon, sorry, not bourbon. Bourbon's a biscuit, aren't they? Bourbon.
I like a bourbon as well.
I do like a bourbon as well, yeah. But there you go. Everybody's saying thank you to Nawaf, of course, 100%. Football style, of course. I think, he's in Saudi as well. He's been on the channel a few times on the fan forum. We'll go on for about 10 more minutes, guys, and then we'll wrap it up. I've just done a John Sinclair. We'll wrap it up. Warren says, evening, Paul, Danielle, Alex, and Billy. Hope you're all well. What is your favourite takeaway?
Ooh, hi.
That's a good question. Mine is definitely an onion bhaji starter, a chicken madras, chicken fried rice, and a keema naan.
Very specific.
You know what Billy's just reminded me of there? That episode with on Gavin and Stacey.
Yes.
When
they're on the phone and they're ordering the engines.
Yeah, he goes through literally the whole menu. Definitely. Brilliant. How about you, Danielle?
I don't get that many takeaways,
I know. But you must have a favourite.
But I love a Chinese. And that's the problem where I live now. There's no decent Chineses anywhere. Like, we've been through them all and they're all dodgy. So I do miss a good Chinese. But yeah, chow mein, special, lovely.
Indeed. Alex?
I'm going to be annoying and say I don't have one. I go through phases. Like, I'll have phases where I love pizza for a little bit, and then the next time we go to do a takeaway, I won't want that. We'll swap. So mine just rotates. I do Chinese and pizza probably. Maybe Chinese is my favorite, but It just they tend to just rotate over the months. Don't know if anybody else does that. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
mood changes.
I'm like that. It'll either be an Indian's. I like chicken tikka, lamb tikka masala. Sorry, I don't like rice, but I have the chips because the chips are like little fat potatoes. They're lovely. And garlic naan. I like Chinese food. I love Chinese food. I like Domino's as well. Domino's pizzas, ham and pineapple, delicious.
Well, our pizza shops are available.
They are indeed. But at Domino's, if you're watching, good evening. Ian says Nufc is a legend and the money goes towards keeping the channel providing top shows. Indeed. Thanks, Ian. Warren then says favorite alcoholic beverage. Well, Danielle's is anything that's in the house.
Show you. Honestly, I don't even drink. I barely drink.
Yes, I know, Danielle. You don't have to be so defensive. No, I'm joking.
I have a Bailey's on Christmas and that.
But what would you chill out to though? Just having a drink. I mean, I know you went overboard at the takeover with copious amounts of champagne.
I had that champagne in the fridge for months, man.
Yeah, a lot of people had it in the fridge for months. To be fair.
So, yeah, I mean, I like a Bacardi. I love Bacardi. If I was going to have a drink, I like a Purple Rain cocktail. Lovely.
Oh, Purple Rain. No good.
There's a song in there, but I'm not going to. Billy, how about yourself?
I never cause you any trouble. I never meant to cause any pain.
Purple rain, purple rain. Anyway, Billy.
I love coming up to Newcastle and going to the Star or the Labour Club and buying myself a pint of Scotch bitter. It lasts about 0.3 of a second, and I have to have another one. That lasts about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Which is about how long you're at the toilet for the next morning drinking that.
It's not very strong, but it's a fantastic point.
It cleans you out. Alex, how about you?
I mean, if it's in the winter, I like red wine. Casillero del Diablo is very nice, but if it's summer, I like Czech beer and stuff is very tidy. Not super fan of Polish beer. I'd prefer even a lot of the Polish beer snobs drink Czech beer. So, and specific brands, I don't know. What do we have on tap in the UK that's Czech? I think Staropramen is Czech.
The wrong guy.
It's all right. So yeah, either Czech beer or red wine.
Mine. I'm a big fan of Budweiser, but listen, I may become a fan of brown ale yet. I don't know.
The proper one or the American stuff?
Well, we'll move on.
That's the American stuff then. Oh no. I'll buy you a bottle of the Czech stuff, Paul. We'll teach you the ways.
Thank you. I'll look forward to that. Dominic says, if you had to pick a second Premier League team, who would it be?
Oh, no,
None
I
for me.
can't.
Nah.
I can't.
Nah.
I'll tell you, I've got a soft spot for Manchester
City. I don't want to know about your soft spots, Billy.
Man City. There for a second there, like Billy. I thought you were going to say the other side.
Oh no, I've got a soft spot for Man City purely because they're the rivals of Man United. I fucking hate Man United.
Well, that's it.
Well said, Billy. Well said.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only people I would follow is the Isle of Man FC because now they've entered the English pyramid, but they're in tier 10, so we are in no danger of playing them in my lifetime. If they get to the Premier League, how long is it going to take to do 10 consecutive? Even to consecutive promotions is a few years, but it's never going to happen. So
yeah,
I'm allowed to support them.
Obviously, I have a soft spot for FC Wimbledon through Grandad, but that's I couldn't follow another Premier League team.
Your Leverkusen shirt.
Yes. Listen, I do like football shirts, and as people know, I went through a spell of ordering far too many, which Susan put a stop to. It was becoming ridiculous, to be honest. I was ordering football shirts, but I do like, football shirts. I like wearing them.
I'm going to order some on Surprise Shirts, the company that Annie.
Yeah,
used.
I'm going to try that. Yeah.
So I hope, we might appear on the show in some random kit, and we'll tell you what it is.
Sorry, somebody's just put in the chat. It's jealousy why other fans hate Man U. No, it's not. It's because the club's rancid. You live in the past. That's why you hate
self-entitled tosspots.
Well said, Billy. Once again.
Yeah, absolutely. John says, hi guys, busy day at work. Now time to chill and watch the Toon review while I have a soak in the bath. See, I said it properly, Alex, just for you there. Scott says, Paul, any news on the woolly hat merch? Need one for work. Susan! Okay. She's on it. I know she is. We're just waiting. You know, it's hard for us because Susan's done the designs and we've got them at a manufacturer. We're just waiting for the demos to come back to see if they're decent quality so we can put them up for sale. It's a lot harder than people think just to you know, do it. John, thank you for your £5 super sticker, my man. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. This chat has skipped again. I can't help it, honestly. Let's have a look. At Mrs. Toon Review. Woot. Can't wait for my morning coffee and my new mug. Good evening, Barbara. Hope you're well. Love the Q&A. You never know what you're going to learn. Didn't hit me, Paul. I wasn't mooning. I have no idea what you mean by that. Our lass has a drinking problem, 2 hands and only 1 mouth. Tom says a Paul to hear Adam got death threats. Yep. Me and Susan got them last year. Earlier this year as well. Somebody said they were going to come and
yes, you know, don't repeat it. It's not
take
worth
me and Susan out, which was disgraceful. So we've all had them. Any news on getting Olivia Bernard on the show? That would be good crack.
We're trying.
We are trying, but
I've done a follow-up. Don't worry, I'm on it.
We are really wanting to get Olivia Bernard on because you know, he's a great guy, and he actually owns Durham City Football Club where I live.
He's invited we're down, so we can go down and see him.
So I'm really looking forward to him coming on. And if he's watching, which I think he is because he's subscribed, but Olivia, would love to have you on, matey. Hi, Paul. Just saw Adam Pearson's vid and enjoyed watching you have his back. I'd love to see him make a special guest appearance. Yeah, I'll get Adam on. I mean, he's got no problem coming on here.
He's been on the channel loads, hasn't he, Adam?
Yeah, he has. He hasn't been on for a while, but, you know, he's been busy, to be fair.
He's a good kid.
He was on the fans forum the night before the takeover.
He was?
He was, yes. He absolutely was. And
he was on in January a little bit as well.
Yeah, would be great to see a collab with the Toon Review and Adam. I'll get in touch and I'll get him on. He won't have any problem coming on here, because we get on very well with Adam, and he gets on well with us.
He's a good laugh.
He is actually a good laugh. Apart from him, you know, when I didn't realize he was recording me with the £6.10 incident.
Classic. It's a classic.
He sat there with his phone pointing at me, and I didn't realize. And then when I looked at him, he was literally crying with laughter. And then I realized what he was crying with laughter about when he showed me the video. But you know, hey, by the way, I took my daughter to the airport last Thursday, and we pulled in at a petrol station, and it had a Marks and Spencer's shop, and I bought a pork pie and a sandwich, £6.10.
I've got a discount card for Marks and Spencer, as you should let us know.
Nice of you to tell us now. But why is everything £6.10 these days? I mean, what is it with £6.10 and me?
Just you. It's just you.
Oh, devastated. Renier, thank you for your super chat, matey. As usual, very kind. Really appreciate it, buddy. Louis says, why the F is Sunderland trending on Twitter? Well, because it's I don't actually know.
Sunderland's a massive club, are they? Well, anyway.
They had Peter Reed with a monkey seed. They had Peter. Oh, I could go. That song could go on all night for me. Love it. Interesting one from Glenn. How did you meet your partners? Well, I think, Billy, you're a single man at the minute, aren't you?
Divorced. I'm divorced. But
you're divorced. Where did you meet your ex-wife?
Originally in a nightclub in Coventry.
Yeah, you dirty bastard, you.
And I pretended I was Geordie.
Did you?
Did you?
Wow.
For about 3 hours late. Then I had to do the deed in Geordie, which wasn't easy.
No.
For about 3 hours.
I didn't do that for 3 hours.
No. Danielle?
Well, I was on a Newcastle United Facebook page a long time ago, and was being abused by other people in that group, saying that women don't belong in football.
Oh, them types.
And get back in the kitchen, blah, blah, blah. And then Lee jumped to my defence. And that's where the romance began 10 years ago.
He's your knight in shining armour.
Mm-hmm. Mind you, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do that for us now, mind. But, you know.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
He would.
He thinks the world of you. You know he does.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, how about you?
At work, when we still lived in England. So, yeah, a while ago. Just one of those things.
How romantic.
I know. He does sound like really happy about that, doesn't he? It's just like, well, mine, I met Susan on a dating website, because I wasn't getting out a lot anymore. And my life was pretty dull at that time, nearly 3 years ago now when I met her. And the funny thing is she binned me off 3 times before we actually met. It was one of those things where she said that she was very anxious about meeting me and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, but having said that, she stalked me, and she'll openly admit to this. She used to watch from she works in a little charity shop opposite Tesco in Sacriston Village, and she used to know when I pulled into the car park, at lunchtime for me meal deals because I'm too lazy to make anything at home. And then she also sent her mother in to follow me into Tesco to see if I was with anyone at the time. And then one night I'm sitting in my living room and, something comes through on my messenger from Susan, and she'd done this lovely little video with a song asking me to be hers and all of this. And it basically, my heart was pounding. And then we met. We went for a drink, and that was it. Yes, it was, and it was meeting her was the greatest thing in my life with my kids.
Fantastic.
So there you go.
I'm really sorry, but we've just been linked with Julian Brandt, so that's got to be
no.
Julian Brandt.
Liam says, I just want to thank you all for an amazing channel. Been struggling mentally for a while, and it gives me enjoyment. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. A few more comments before we finish.
You've got to find Annie's because it's hilarious.
Whose?
Annie's.
Okay.
Annie's typo.
Right. The Toon review stands for the TV replacement. As addicted to the show now, keep up your amazing work. Thanks, Malcolm. To add to my earlier comment, this is why Botman and Eki Teki won't be resolved until July. They skipped again. I hope I haven't gone past Annie's.
You can't. It's the 20th of June. I'm sorry, but I don't know if you're a friend or foe of the channel, but it's the 20th of June and you don't know that. I'm sorry, mate, but absolutely nobody knows that. No.
Okay. Thanks, Alex.
Bless you.
Indeed.
I'm just bored of people stressing on transfers.
Breaking news, Ryan Giggs has stepped down as Wales manager. Well, that's a big surprise, isn't it, considering...
Not a shock, is it?
Should have done that a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yep.
Indeed. Emil Kraft's in the house. Billy, my hunk.
Hello, Emily.
Jules says we're good if he avoids regional accents. Oh, I'm not ever doing the Brumley one again. I got wrong last time. I'm not going there.
Wrong with that, like.
Yeah, I didn't know. No. I will not do it because I get wrong.
It's a new level. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm trying to find Annie's comment.
It's a cracker.
Mike says, would the Toon Review team be up for a quiz? And when someone gets a wrong answer, they must drink hot sauce, lemon juice, a spoonful of cinnamon. Would be a huge laugh.
Yeah, I would. As long as anything, if I have to drink something, it hasn't got chili in because I'm allergic, and that would be very bad.
What, would you come out in hives and shit?
I might die.
Oh, well, let's not do that then. I thought it was just like a little reaction where your face pimples out or something. But
that'd be all right, wouldn't it? That'd be a laugh.
Yeah, of course it would. Of course it would. Right, Alex, I believe you've got to go, matey. More stuff
no
on
worries.
the horizon. Right, take care, mate.
Take care, everybody.
See you later, mate. See you later in the week, bud.
Obviously, Alex is really, really up to his eyeballs in work at the minute, so giving up his time is difficult. Mm-hmm. Annie says he got 7.4k views on one of his shits.
Jason.
Jason, please say you're watching this and you've got that. It's on the screen now. Annie definitely gets a Sinclair for that. I mean, he's trying to make up for it. But no, Annie, you've done a chippers and took your phone to the toilet, haven't you? And you got 7,500 views taking a shit. I always knew he used to stream from his toilet, you know, and now he's giving it away.
Absolutely.
Jim says Paul's famous quotes as shorts would definitely cheer the day up. Shave my ass with a rusty razor. Yes, tickle my tonsils with a lion bar. Yeah. Annie says, I've had an absolute almighty Sinclair. You have, my friend.
Indeed, you have.
You have. Stephen says an 11 p.m. night owl quiz till 12:30 a.m.
Get to those phones.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, hang on. I'm just reading this John Sinclair one now.
Not the real John Sinclair for everyone watching, by the way. Just a horrible troll.
Yeah. I believe that might be our regular mate, just with a different name, you know.
Oh, probably. I haven't got any imagination.
He's been blocked anyway. The guys have.
Yeah.
Max says live Toon review in the Strawberry or the Trent. Listen, we've said about doing a live Toon review one. Maybe it's at Christmas or something. Susan's also looking at bobbleheads.
Oh God!
Can you imagine? I'm like walking back from a match, and then you see this car parked on the side of the road, and you see your own bobblehead.
My boss watches this. She's going to get a bobblehead.
Oh my God, dear me. Peter, yes, there's one. Peter, please email me through email the address. The email is in the description below, right at the bottom, pd.toonreview@gmail.com. Please go there and send me your address, mate, and I will send you your shirt. Obviously, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't matter. You can do what you please with it.
But we still have one more, don't we?
Yes.
We do.
Obviously, the real John Sinclair in the house. What a sad little man pretending to be John Grove. Absolutely.
100%.
The Toon Review 2 should be your compilations of your old headset giving you problems. Yeah. Ellis says Toon Review 2, you should all have the same football manager team, then all use your own tactics formations and see who does the best. It won't be me. I'm terrible.
It won't be me. I'd just put players that I love in. I'd have all the players, like all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul, I'm sure there were Canadians in your dressing room that would pack a huge load of chew in their mouth pre-game and hack a lot of darts, cigarettes. Ryan, please speak English. Cigarettes, they're not known as darts. They're really not. Jesus. Annie says, Billy, you're an absolute legend. That is a brilliant choice of takeaway. And Danielle, I'm disappointed. Alex, I'll convince you to be Indian. Paul, same message. And yes, good choice with the Indian. I thought you might say that. For obvious
Fair
reasons.
enough.
Good old Annie.
Yes. Agreed, Billy. Chicken Madras all day, said Dunk. People just telling us what they like. Proper bourbon. I've heard it's a criminal offence in Italy to eat pizza with pineapple. Don't care. I like
Ask
it.
John, he'll know.
Well, apparently he's off to Turkey next, isn't he? So, they've all skipped. Oh, they've all
Bernard
skipped.
Matthews.
Where's Matthews?
No, Bernard Matthews.
Bernard Turkey.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I'm miles away. Phil Gow, thank you for your £2 super chat. He says, any chance of a pint mug, please? Susan is working on the pint mugs. There will be the mug type of things, you know, the old pint glasses, because we can't the normal. I don't know. Susan knows it all. I haven't a bloody Scooby-Doo. Right, that is it for tonight. I thank you very much for all the super chats, all the likes, all the subscriptions. Thank you very much, everybody out there. It's been a great show to do tonight, and we'll be doing many more of these to come. Tomorrow night, me and Billy are over on the Loaded channel, which is down below in the description, from 8 o'clock with the Loaded lads. Should be an absolute belter of a show on there. 8 o'clock, don't forget. If there's any news comes from Newcastle, I will bring a video out during the day if there's anything to report. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you guys for joining me, Alex and Billy and Danielle. And thank you to the mods for all the hard work. But thank you to you guys out there for making us the biggest up-and-coming Newcastle United channel. We've had a massive viewing figures tonight when other people have been on as well, which is incredible. Thank you so much for all your support, guys. And we will see you very, very soon for the next one. But in the meantime,
take care, everybody.
Take care. Be kind. Good night.
How are the lads?